Alrighty. So, yep, anyone who's watching, sorry if I yawn a lot today. I basically got like 3 hours of sleep yesterday night. Or is that today night? I don't know. And then I had to get up, go to work, work an 8-hour shift, come back, shower. Hey Froy, how's it going? Enjoying yourself actually without having any schoolwork left to do? Tea makes everything better. It's probably the most British thing I've ever said. Oh, good. Yep, that does alliterate. How's it going, Precious Pony, if that is your real name? And of course, a name with Latin roots, I believe. Righty. So, yep, last time in the campaign I lost my battle against harpies, or harps as this game likes to call them. But on the plus side, I managed to recruit a very stylish bird lady into my party, so it's all good. I mean, come on, that is a look. Not exactly practical armour, but I mean, precisely, why indeed would you lie? Okay, let's continue this. We can either... Okay, Sulphur Main it is. A precarious path leading towards the woods. The lone minstrel cautions that the one path down the cliffs is rather treacherous. The wagon has hit a snag. Descending the back crags, its wheel is stuck. Jodariel is not pleased. First, that blasted bird. Now this. Though you lack Jodariel's raw strength, you join in as she attempts to dislodge the wagon. At last, with a roar and a heave, she forces the wagon back onto solid ground. May this Sandalworth be worth all this hassle. Thank you, Judy. I'm guessing Sandalwood doesn't like to be kept waiting. He is very patient, on the contrary. Not I. Let us move on. Yeah, having to remember. Because obviously I didn't stream on Wednesday, and Tuesday I actually streamed a completely different game. So I'm just having to remember all the voices I was doing for everyone. Anyway, soon the wagon is prepared to press onwards, down the jagged slopes towards Wakingwood. Your companions who explored ahead advise on which of the footpaths is best. Okay, let's see what we got. Flamberg, or was that Flameberg, lands on a northern plateau over Wakingwood, pocked with seething fissures. Sir Gilman claims he can dig up something valuable here. Glass Peak lands to the east of Wakingwood, riddled with black crags. Pamitha says she can procure a talisman here. As much as I love doing this guy's voice, I've got to go with the bird lady. Having gone the route Pyre recommended, she directs you towards a particular crag, no more conspicuous than any other. Right. What was that? So I was going for sort of a Widowmaker vibe with her voice, so they clip our wings before they cast us down, you know. But, just the same, we learn to flit around just a bit. Just watch. Pyre swoops up to a nearby peak and disappears behind it. She's indeed a burb. Although oddly enough, she's not speaking in Pigeon. She does not keep you waiting long and returns bearing an item of some sort. For you, reader darling, we high-wing remnants stash away such things for such occasions. Pyre found a fairy spirit, it should come in useful. Fairy spirit, talisman. Effect. After bearer banishes an adversary, spawn a moon drop, which gratefully grants infinite stamina. Spawns up to 1 moon drop each 10 seconds. As fairies do presumably not exist, it is likely they came into no harm in its creation. Okay, journey onwards. Sorry, onward. Very sorry, Americans. Sorry, not sorry. Having passed beyond the Black Crags, your wagon arrives at the edge of Waking Wood. It is here that Sandalwood is to be expecting you. However, most puzzling. He ought to have met us here. You said he would find us himself. Eh? He was to find us at the edge of these woods. We supposed to keep waiting for him? He would desire for the stars to be your guide as always. The rights beckon, and the rights take precedence above all else. Surely he shall find us yet. Then let's keep moving. How do we get through these woods? The lone minstrel notes 2 possible paths forward from this point, though cautions that the woods are difficult to navigate, and Sandalwood would have known the most expedient path. Okay, so what we got? Needlefield. A small clearing east of the Glade of Loo. The lone minstrel says his client Sandalwood studied the rites here. Greymoor contains the grandest trees in all of Waking Wood. The lone minstrel says his client Sandalwood once resided here. Okay. Well, it's Waking Wood, so let's go for the wood. I'm sorry, Twitch. Sandalwood has led a long life, compared to any of you at least. In the latest years of his exile, he became rather reclusive for a variety of reasons he shall no doubt explain. He found some solace here in these woods, though I fear I cannot locate his residence without him. Unfortunately, you find no trace of Sandalwood. Without him there to guide you, you remain quite lost. The woods seem to have encroached. There is no path forward, while neither of the paths leading back would appear to match the route you took to this point. Well, that's not good. Burnt Grove, ashen grounds amid Waking Wood. Chai seems drawn to this location for some reason. Under thicket, the 7 pass through Waking Wood. The imp Tizo seems to wish to go towards this location. I love that Tizo seems to have sort of, and Chi rather, have this sort of Ez and Ein from Cowboy Bebop dynamic. Oh, anyway, kind of want to know what her backstory is, so I'm going to go to Burnt Grove. The woods are so disorientating at this point that you decide to break for camp and survey the surroundings for any clues. Perhaps later there should be time to pursue your vocations. The beyond the crystal seeks Jodariel. Ooh. There you are again, my lovely reader. How may I be of service? You have invoked something there. Request a scrub trial for everyone's favourite demon lady. Ah, yeah. I mean, all of Supergiant games have a very distinct art style, but this really blows out the previous two out of the water. I'd imagine they probably expanded a bit by this point, so they have a few more artists on staff. Of course, reader, you need but think on who shall be the subject of my trial, and we shall go from there. She says that, but only one of them. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Jodariel. That's surely that surly demon, is it? She could stand to lighten up, though I fear that is not a secret I can teach. But let us bring her forth regardless. Soon Jodariel appears in heed of the summons. What is the meaning of this, reader? The audio level's okay, by the way. I'm not sure about Hades, because I'm not too good with roguelikes, but I'll see. I think I might play something else after this one. To be honest, I'm in the mood for an actual sort of more turn-based RPG. So I might actually do Breath of Fire or something. Anyway, what is the meaning of this, reader? Where are the others? The apparition Sandra appears and loosens her mask. Welcome to my humble home, demon. You're good at taking orders, no? State your purpose quickly, Rafe. My purpose is to put you to the test. You may be fearsome to behold, but you are old and slow. Your weaknesses perhaps outweigh your strengths, though I sorely wish to see in your lovely reader prove me wrong. Old, she says. Very well then, reader. Let us show her whether she is right. Uh-oh. That's a good start. Uh-oh. And one more and I'm good. Okay, I'll sort that out after this match. Achievement unlocked, the Fallen Soldier. Are you satisfied now, Rafe? I am never satisfied, demon. However, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now farewell. Sandra's Disciple. Achievement unlocked. Okay, audio levels. Weird. Didn't oh, looking a bit dark in here, isn't it? There we go. Okay, is that better, Froy? That was a strange experience. What do you have there, reader? You received Solium's Horn for completing Jodriel's trial. Rank 5 Legendary Talisman. Jodriel casts her aura further and faster than usual, plus 15%. Sandra's second blade managed to graze a target's face, twisted as it was, with sorrow, not with rage. Nice. Right, let's sift through these ashes and see what happens. Okay, what voice was I using for Chi? He was here! Wait. He was here! He was here! You mean Sandalwood? If I may ask, how can you be so certain? I think from this, it says something. I don't know what it says, but I feel like it has to mean something. Chai produces a small strip of bark she found in the ashes. At first it seems like nothing of interest, until you see a message carved onto the inside. You found a bark strip. It must mean something. This can be sold at the slug market. A sturdy strip of bark. On it is written, "Come to Cinderroot -S." So, it's some kind of message from this Sandalwood guy? Seems that way. Which way to Cinderroot? A hush clearing south of the Glade of Loo. Grounds well travelled by saps acknowledgeable in the rites. Yeah, well, for Hedwyn I went for a sort of a croaky voice. For, I forget what his name is, but the dog guy, I gave sort of an upper class accent when I realised he was a merchant. Gee, I went for sort of a, well, I started with sort of a croaky voice to get sort of a Ring / The Grudge vibe, and then pitched it up a bit. Jodariel's literally just my Samus voice. Trying to give the minstrel here a Welsh accent and failing abysmally. Although since most people outside of England and Wales don't really know what a Welsh accent sounds like, I can get away with it, I'm sure. It is due west. Perhaps we can set forth early tomorrow, when the woods are still. Sounds good. Everyone rest up. Big day coming up. Okay, so forage for resources, study in private, or do some mentoring. I could use some money, I think. So, jagged white briars, celestial residue, stardust, or something valuable. +6. Okay, let's continue on then. A hush. Oh wait, I've already read that. You have reason to suspect the informant Sandalwood may have come through here. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinderroot, But once again, the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. He's like a reverse Goddo, isn't he? You sense the hopes of your companions waning as your search through the area yields nothing. Then something startles the little imp Tizo. Tizo seems to be crying out in surprise. He has spotted something, or someone. A tall figure strides forward from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges towards him and leaps right into the figure's arms. They embrace. Ah. Hail Tizo. What voice to give this guy? Hail Tizo. Hail Tizo, but you look famished. Here. A tall sap produces something that the imp swallows immediately and with great pleasure. Moving on. Sap, tree-like creatures, known for their ingenuity, cleverness and ambition. Having allied with them, the Commonwealth achieved in decades what it could not achieve in centuries. Yeah. Is this deep enough for you? Oh look, he's got the symbol-y thing on his head. I wonder if that means anything. The lone minstrel nods his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce you to my client, Volfred Sandalwood. I mean, this guy looks like a JoJo character, but also a tree. A JoJo tree, if you will. It has been too long, Volfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tarek. I trust your new companions bring some colour to your days. They do, sir. I think you shall find them worthy of the Night Wings. The sap looks upon the loss of you. You cannot sense his thoughts. Well, no one's canonically telepathic, so that makes sense. We shall see. Then he turns to you. You must be the reader. I am certain we all appreciate your efforts here, my girl, though we shall manage on our own from here on out. You're welcome to continue with us, of course, though you're free to go. I trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. You consider what to say to all of this. Volfred intends to relieve you of your duties to the group. Insist on staying. You have been assured your freedom. You categorically refuse to be cast aside so easily. Bid everyone farewell. The leader of the Nightwings has returned. You can tell when you're no longer wanted. Oh, I feel rejected. Remain silent. This cannot be happening. To have come this far only to be brushed aside by some strange sap. I'm going to be insistent here. You stand your ground, meeting Volfred's steady gaze, and assert him you do not feel your commitments to and from this group have yet been satisfied. Hold on. Volfred, sir, I'm Hedwyn. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. Now we're here thanks to you, and also to this reader. His voice is hurting my throat. Not just a reader. She is our friend. My friend. She is not disposable. We made her a promise, and our freedoms are now intertwined. Volfred smirks at this. Freedom's not to be something traded or exchanged, my boy. I hope that you'd have come to grasp this much by now. He breathes a sigh. It seems we started off on the wrong foot. It is not my wish to assail the occasion, for there's much to do. You have a right you need to get to, do you not? I'll come along, though shall not interfere, for it seems you have a kinship with this reader of yours. Now then, Tarek. Eh, Valfrid, sir? Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Valfrid strides towards the black wagon, which must have belonged to him. You sense many conflicting emotions among your companions. Yep. Or in my case, tea. Actually doing something different today. The mug's got chai in it, but my thermos has, I think it's a strawberry-based herbal tea. Anyway, Valfrid Standalwood joins you. He knows much of the rites. To party? Your wagon cuts through a clearing to arrive at the Glade of Lugh, where the stars directed you. Valfrid nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. The great sap scholar, Lugh Scholarian here, vanquished the root titan, Limbless Aratek. If this game needs pronunciation guides. Page revealed, the demon. Emperor Mer. Scarcely could I recognise him when at last I found him. A half-starved animal. Horns sprouted from his head, a bestial mirror of his blackened reputation. And I, a man who conquered countries, feared my emperor then in such a way as I has ever known. My charge had been to slay this man, but when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp, Hob, proved of little help against the Sisters of the Ark, whose entire lives were culminating this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man, and for the love I felt for him when I had served him, that I sprang to his defence. Okay, let's see what we can buy and trade then. Oh, hey you guys. You know, I guess I didn't get the word out about this new franchise which we opened here just now. So, give you a great deal. Just tell your friends, okay? Oh, and hey there, Mr. Sandalwood. Good day to you as well, Ron. Right, light. Once per rite, if the bearer's pyre is extinguished, it is instead restored by +5. A failed attempt to merchandise the sacred tradition of the scribes. It was intended to prolong the proceedings. Fair enough. Shh. Okay. Guess I'll just get that Stardust. See you guys again sometime soon, maybe. Okay, because I gotta say, you're my favourite customers I had all week. Wonder how many customers we actually had all week. Valfrid, he seems to have something on his mind. Oh yeah. All sorts of crazy character details there. As you approach Valfrid Sandalwood, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather than he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, then... Tarek, if you have a moment. Valfrid, sir, what is it? This reader, you deem her worthy by your estimation? The low minstrel tilts his hat in your direction. If you wish my own estimation, Volfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrating with the others well. I believe that her achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Ah, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I suppose that this has the same sort of thing with the old school sprites, and that a lot of it can be up to interpretation, especially when you're not paying too much attention. Your instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet she and the others followed them. Indeed, your works make sense as ever, Tarek. And what does little Tizo think of her, I wonder? Tizo indicates that, as a matter of fact, he is happy to have you around. The imp likes me. There you have it, sir. I see. He continues to examine you. High praise isn't oft spoke by these two, my girl. Nevertheless, I shall be watching you. Every breath you take, every move you make. Now pardon us. Tarek and I have matters to discuss. They leave without another word, although you think you notice the lone minstrel looks your way over his shoulder. Okay. Drag Stardust to an upgradable talisman. Okay. Okay, so +6. I should use this on something, quite powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the restoration one. Yep, restore by up to +9. I like it. Okay, let's go. You and your fellow exiles arrive at the sacred site called the Glades of Lu, and now look at the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time. But then you notice one of the trees move. It shuffles towards you and regards you with an exaggerated bow. I like this guy already. Wooden man. Well, goddess, by the roots of Lu Solorian, it would appear the rumours are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Oh, but where are my manners, One moment. The sap claws at his mask with his wispy fingers. Yes, that is exactly what I expected him to look like. Kind of reminds me of Pip from Forgotten Anne. Much better. H. Manly Tinderstoff, at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me? He is a psychopath who seems certain he will land a position of high standing once he is free. Yeah, he's got Gilderoy Lockhart vibes as well, I suppose. My fellows and myself, perhaps you know us as the Chastity. We shall soon stand against you in the rights. For now I am just whiling away the time, making small talk. The Chastity, a triumvirate bent on exploring the rights to gain status in the Commonwealth, led by the sap H. Manly Tinderstoff. Now then, I have introduced myself. Your turns. To whom am I speaking? Then, in your mind's eye, you see Volfred and hear his voice. Manly Tinderstoff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him, nor me. Okay, tree boss. Well? Beneath her mask, Jodriel stares back at him in silence. You suspect Volfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why now, how very rude indeed. Fine, well fine, ignore me, but do so at your peril. Uh-oh, he's angry. Anyhow, once his evening's rite commences, any moment now, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. I'm getting strong Boris Johnson vibes from him now. Oh, and I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Now come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to burn. I guess you could say he tries to put on a friendly front, but his acting is wooden. Hey, Troy.
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now at the glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far.
I'm being
There
complimented.
are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was your birthday today.
Please
Happy
show the
20th.
Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
I like that everyone's stopping being aloof just because they hate this guy so much. I wonder, O Wanted Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them even if I tried. You best do beware with them. When Jodariel continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent... Then, fine. Let's just begin this dance indeed. He shoves his mask back on in a huff. Look at him. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Can't really do a good Tim Curry voice. I'm not sexy enough. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me to return unto my proper station in the Commonwealth. Okay, so he's got some burbs.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Who indeed? Okay, bird.
Tamatha.
Grumpy demon lady. Oh right, oh yeah, she doesn't... She won't join if you're using burb. Okay. Happy feral child it is then. And Hedwyn hasn't really had much of a chance to shine yet, has he?
Hedwyn. Glorious. Very well.
Let's show Volfred what we can do. Are you ready finally, O Nightwings? May all those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances. Yeah, definitely a Tim Curry voice. Now come along, come along. Let's give the stars a show. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, that's cheating. May I present to you Humboldt Manley Jr., Manley Sapling, which not only has a name, but bears a similar posture and likeness to him. Why, he is every bit my equal, and is poised to guarantee the Tinderstaff line shall have a bright, bright future. He goes on and on about his sapling for a while. Alright, Chai, I've had just about enough with this. Alright, Chai, I have had just about enough with this one. Let's banish him already, and that stupid sapling too. Oh yes. Yep, sure. I think I would like that, because Manly, I don't think he is as nice as he seems. Now, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? The sapling is nothing but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well. Okay.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, Breeder. My goodness.
Oops, I didn't think this through. Gotcha.
Now for the Pyre. The path to glory laid bare.
Okay, not a bad opening gambit. Oh ho, what's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little soiree. Oh, do be careful now. Those grasping roots and vines, they may not hire you in such high esteem as I. Oh, you cheating little.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of his Commonwealth estate. Perhaps such wealth ought to be reserved instead for you.
Bam.
All three Nightwings, poof. Too bad. That ought to wake you
Shit.
up.
Sugar.
Each pyre now burns no more brightly than the other. The orb engulfed in fire.
Oh dear, the woods are closing in, uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if you stand aside a while, I can put an end to this that much sooner. Yep, he's beginning to annoy me. Okay, that is effing cheating. You effing cheater.
Headwind plunged into their fire.
Say, have any of you noticed how it's feeling rather crowded around here? Almost as if the 100 Mice himself resents you being here. Yes, I rather think that's it. 100 Lucelarian 100 Minds, third of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Wise, or the Philosopher. He is said to have fathomed every thought, and his wisdom flows through the river of his name. It sounds kind of like Portal music. So cease with your scurrying about with that damn orb and let me handle this. I've had enough of your damn extortion racket.
Be gone. Shame.
Damn it. Nice. Hey Kira, how's it going?
Alas for Edwin. That was the last of them. Quench now their fire. Bask
Gotcha.
in the purifying flame.
Alright, you Nightwings. I've had enough here up to here with you. Or perhaps I've simply had it up to here with all of these encroaching plants, the miserable things. Not too bad. I'm just sort of streaming some more Pyre. Oh, that's weird. I didn't get a... Wait, I did a while ago. You've been streaming a while, or... Anyway, yeah, sorry. I only had like 3 hours of sleep last night and then 8 hours of work, so as you can imagine, I'm a bit out of it right now. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me. Yep. Okay, come on, let's just grab the orb and no one gets hurt.
And it is done.
Oh, that was easy.
The Nightwings prevail again. Their adversaries proved no match for them.
Yeah, I think,
The
well,
right is complete.
yeah, I don't know what the weather's been like where you are, but here it's been muggy. I mean, obviously it started in the small hours of the morning, so the humidity just made everything cold, but then it quickly turned muggy. Oh, also, the current government of this country has basically become openly TERF. What else has been going wrong? Oh, yep. I managed to scratch my arm, which wouldn't stop bleeding for some reason. And I'm just in a very complainy mood. That ought to wipe the smug... Yeah, that ought to wipe the smug look off that sap's face. Wait. I've completely lost the voice I was using for her. That ought to wipe the smug look off that sap's face. Nope, can't do it. I knew we could prevail. Though Master Tinder's stuff there, I think he's really upset now. We did it. One step closer, everyone. Well, my. Oh, worry not, O Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I'm very, very, very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going on here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours and all. Can we kill this guy, please? Instead, however, you decide to spit upon my face? Fine. We'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, ta-ta! Strong, 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 strong.
Always
Boris Johnson
is there
vibes.
greater knowledge to be gained.
Oh. You've had a few days off work then. I mean, outside's overrated right now anyway. I used to think the scribes was just the stuff of stories. But all this really is their doing, isn't it? Okay. So we already have the ability to make his allies regenerate stamina. So do we give him more stamina himself, or make them move faster with the orb? Ooh. That's quite a nice feature. So we can either make people move faster with the orb, or can make him, or can have respawn, instant respawns. Kind of like that this tree gives benefits to the whole party. sounds fun.
A flash of inspiration for next time. The moon-touched girl has greater understanding than it seems.
The 8 scribes, they inspire me so, and now I feel that I've grown somehow close to them. Maybe? Yeah. This game, well, like all of Supergiant's games, this has great music. Okay, so at the moment she can just go straight into jumping or sprints. So we can either make her jump or power jump further than usual. Ooh, slow down nearby adversaries. Yep, slowing down enemies sounds nice.
The exiled Pamatha perhaps can learn the errors of her kind.
Well, Tamatha, soon I'll be catching up to you in this, whether you like it or not. Or whether or not you like it. Okay. While flying, Pamatha moves faster than usual, or for 5 seconds after banishing an adversary, Pamatha moves 30% faster than usual. Okay, so we can focus on speed or banishing. Let's go with speed.
Power of the eldest matriarch.
Okay, that's everyone.
Until the next right.
That was well done, my girl. I'm beginning to see why your companions vouch for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. Yeah, I think I'll give him sort of a very deep Treebeard-esque voice. Oh. Could have told me you can pass with space. Actually, I think it did tell me, I just forgot. Oh well. So you are all enjoying this game so far? I'm not sure. Coming up to an hour, so maybe another 30 minutes or another hour. Depends on how long it takes me to get tired, I guess. After vanquishing the Chastity in a rather one-sided contest, you return to your wagon to consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate. Yes, adequate. For the next part of our plan. Go. Have your reader there consult the stars. See where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be high up. Did this not hear you say high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside then. Oh, fair enough. Glad to have you around, Kira. And good to know you're enjoying things, Froy.
That plan Volfred mentions. I just want you to know I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Volfred has to say. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer. Thanks to you.
Once more, you look to the heavens. Seek now your destination. Alright, it's interactive now. Okay, we're not permitted to conduct that right here for some reason. Whoa. Soliam, the Golden Star. The Golden Star shines bright over the highest mountain in all the downside. Interact to determine the location of the next rite. That's a big star.
So, now you see it for yourself. You're summoned to the north, where looms Mount Olodiel, and at the very top, the Fall of Soliam.
Mount Olodiel, the sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. Fall of Soliam. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honour the 8 scribes. So far, I quite liked Chai. Well, Jodriel too. Bird Lady's pretty cool, but I've got to go with Tizo, the imp. Because he is a... No, wait. No, the Serpent Knight's, thingy. I forget his name. Mainly because I'm finding his voice really fun to do. You confirm the stars indicated this exactly.
Volfred, sir, how do you know?
Otfrid smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts, as though he's directing them at you.
I too can read my girl.
I too can read my girl.
Forbidden though the words may be.
Right, I don't really need to do this because he's voiced. He turns back to Hedwyn.
Your reader skills, while rare, are not unique. But as I said, I'll let her do the job. I see that you have something special going on here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest. For that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me.
I wonder if trees actually need sleep. Yeah, so long story short, I like all the characters, but especially the adorable ones. Because I'm trash and it is very easy to sell me a plushie. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Okay, anything going on in here? At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods, into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Okay. Scolarian Shore. You have not been to this region of the downside. Volfred revealed this is to be the one path through the woods into the north. Hey Wham 9000, how's it going? We're travelling to the frozen north. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands growing cold in the shadow of Mount Hello, DL. You'll have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Wolfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible. Am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Doing what you want? Freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms. Achieving inner peace? Freedom means having a clear conscience and a carefree heart. Can't spell conscience without conscience. Having no master? Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Going where you please? Freedom means being able to go where the heart yearns without restriction and without fear. To feel true love? Freedom means not having one's strongest feeling as emotions repressed or rebuffed. Alright, sorry Wham. Feeling kind of tired, so I'm just reading everyone's full names out. And yeah, not too bad. As I've already said a few times, I'm basically running on 3 hours of sleep after 8 hours of work, so I'm not even sure I'm going to remember doing this stream. Living without fear. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Okay, I vibe with that. Nothing at all. Freedom is just another empty goal to chase. To give one's life a false sense of meaning. Niche much? Remain silent. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. Yeah, I'm going to go with living without fear. You tell Wolfred that freedom means living without fear, and not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. He considered your remarks for a short while. Good answer, my girl. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time. A deeply rooted impulse there to aid our judgment and spur us on to acts of courage. If not for fear, I doubt we could accomplish very much in life, and just now we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something vital. Yeah, well, I've already taken a sort of a nap, like only 30 minutes after I got out of the shower, and I think that's sort of given me the energy I need to stream. But don't worry, I'll make sure I get a full night's sleep tonight. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear, just as your reader stated. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks towards the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you'll be exalted there, given the highest honour, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they're still out there, have made quite clear that they shall not intervene first-hand. That is where you come in. He turns to each of you and everyone again, looking at each of you. Remember everyone, it is important to take breaks. I mean, Wednesday I was even tired than I was today, and I literally could not get myself to stream. Which, to be honest, stressed me out a bit. Because, you know, just sort of streaming here and just playing games and talking to whoever happens to be watching, just sort of, I suppose it's like a better version of my day job, because I get to choose who I'm talking to. I don't have to worry about wearing a very androgynous uniform, that sort of thing.
Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan then is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights, then we meet up on the other side. We organise. Each new moon after dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest.
Spiral Sanctum, the burned down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. The remains stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge.
Ooh. You're plotting a revolt? Just so. I'm asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish, live out your remaining days here, like so many others.
The voice I'm doing for Volfred, by the way, it's not too annoying, is it? I'm worried it might be a bit quiet. Or a bit croaky.
So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you're doing here, then speak now.
Volfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs.
Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rights, and are now integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek the true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth, but together you can bring it about both for yourselves and others. That is my promise.
Then he lets out a long breath.
That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit.
Volfred turns towards the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Oh, hot diggity damn, that's the plot. Oh, good to know. There's murder on my vocal cords, though. Mer Pass, pathway leading north to the sacred mountain. Volfred indicates that this is the only way to reach the base of Mount Elodiel.
Beyond lies Mount Elodiel. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent.
Beyond a crystal seeks Hedwyn. Ooh, he gets his side quest. My lovely reader comes to me again. To what do I owe the pleasure? Scribe trial. I am always prepared to cut your idiots and their egos down to size. What shall it be? Who shall it be, rather? Okay, summon Hedwyn. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Hedwyn. Oh, you must mean that nomad boy. So innocent, that one. I should have a lot of work to do with him. Then let's bring him forth. Soon Hedwyn appears in heed of the summons. I wonder how the summons work. Do they just like get a sort of like a little notification icon in their eye? In their line of sight?
Hey, my friend, what's going on?
Some days you just get stuck in a book. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, my boy. Listen well, my boy. Wait. Listen well, boy. You answer to me here.
Understood.
You're a fool. Do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let's see what you can do without their aid, save that of your lovely reader there. Okay. Oh dear. Damn. That's not good. Oh, thanks, Roy. Damn it. Ah, this is getting harsh. Eep. 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 Not good, not good. Okay, Kira, have fun. Ah. Damn it. That was harsh.
That did not go well.
Yep, my bad. Pitiful. The nomad boy is all spark and no fire. I would tell you not to waste my time, boy, but the truth is that my time is there for you to waste. Summon me when you're feeling more prepared. Yes, we can do better. You think that the nomad shall fare better than before? We shall soon see. Oh, them's fighting words. Maybe I'm just terrible. Ah. 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 Yep, the AI is not messing about right now. Oh, come on. Ah. I'm very bad at this. Now I just have to keep doing that. Ah. Ah. Keeps happening. Not good, not good, not good. Okay, one more try and I'll get back to the main game. Good, for I have longed to show that Nomad a bit more of his many failings. Jeez, what's she got against him? Yes. Made it. Okay, I've got this. Okay, I don't got it. Yep. Ah. Always too fast by a hair. Ah. Oh, come on. Because it's a trial, so basically the opposing team gets an entire... Basically the idea of these is it's sort of like a trial with just one character. So it's basically that one character versus an entire team. Okay, definitely the last attempt. got this. No. Oh, come on. Ah. Okay. Not good. Come on, sprint. Made it. I just need to do that twice more and I win. Oh, come on. That was deserved, but fair. Unfair. Ah. Oh. I can still do this. No. Come on, jump. No, not the opposing team, me. Hedwyn needs to jump. Okay, I guess I'll come back to this later. Problem is, all the abilities I chose for him are all bust for the rest of his team, not him. Okay, an hour 30. I can play a bit longer. Your vision returns. You did not prevail in Hedwyn's scribe trial. You could reattempt it now, or after he gains more enlightenment. Oh, cool, so you can come back to those any time. Discuss the plan. Oh. Alright, he's still here.
There you are, my girl. There was something I wanted to discuss with you in private.
Fulfridge stares at you, rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then...
Do you know what it means to be a reader? Those such as we. We are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this I sense is nascent still, mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet, your friends, and that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free.
Okay, rude.
I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves, other than Tarek, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when we first met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it in plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path towards enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet.
Volfred breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you're not in adequate condition to conduct the rites. Well, obviously, I'm a completely faceless protagonist. And the script values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you're getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you return, if that is what you had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you, nor for any of us. Do you understand? Volfred indicates that readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. Say you understand. There is more at stake here than your freedom alone, and besides, perhaps there is a way. Say you do not care. You have learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. Say nothing. If Volfred really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. Yeah, read my mind, you lazy bastard. Oh, glass half empty. The warning is of little consequence to you. You have always known those keen to warn against one course of action or another. None of it sways you, and as ever, you shall forge your path.
Very well. A lack of concern is fine with me, although I do not share your outlook, as long as yours is not a lack of understanding. Know that we have much more at stake here, in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into that commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots of more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then.
He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. Fair enough. Okay, let's discuss the plan. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news.
Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase.
You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances.
Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Alodil, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it has made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the Webby passed through there, as your reader could attest, if she did not merely skim that chapter of the book.
Scribe's Gate. It is said the scribes themselves keep watch over the Scribe's Gate. The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Guess it's like that one gate in A Never-Ending Story then.
Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium and meet our adversaries in the rites. They're to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him.
Tempers, a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings, led by the demon Ignarius. Ignarius, he is the most notorious demon leader of one of the most feared triumvirates in the rites.
Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks, and once each of the triumvirs prevails, There's somebody who will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth. Precisely. Bit of Metal Gear exposition there. Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and the freedom from the downside is impossible. Okay, Froy. I hope you have a good night. Oh, and a good summer, I suppose. And a happy birthday, of course. Many of the details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect these secrets as well. So that's all it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays. But most of those participating in the rites. Yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us, that part isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall just be a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Wilfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent of Mount Alodiel. Okay, what do we do then? Yep, I think I'll just train someone. Yeah, I'll mentor Sol Gilman because obviously he's not got any experience at all. This knight shall be your eager protege. You and Sir Gilman spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense he gained something from it. Huzzah! Great wisdom clouds over this knight's entire consciousness. Okay, let's see. After he banishes someone, a banished ally shall return. That's nice. Or if Sir Gilman and all his allies are banished, he'll instantly return. Ooh, these are both good. Yeah, this sounds quite helpful. If I get stuck without any yeah, because that keeps happening because I suck. Anyway, this knight has no idea what the Master Reader said exactly, yet feels smart nevertheless. You keep doing you, you funky worm. Okay, continue your journey. To Mount Alodiel. Ooh. Here before you lies Mount Alodiel, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather around again before Volthred, who stands as tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet.
If only one of you is free to go first, who shall it be?
Rare diligendas.
Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions.
Why, yes.
Quel prete estamos?
Why, you indeed, madam. That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the riots. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll set it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities.
Sancheras cogiter.
Perhaps they'll even have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rights. It's the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honour those who lived to redeem the transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not?
Sirendare.
But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Headwind over there. He was tasked with seeking two trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free.
Civitergi trampa.
Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hands. The rights, have you seen, are quite exclusive. You're imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions.
Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. Yes, this is quite important. No, that's quite enough. I'll take more exposition, please. Alfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he's willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jodriel raises her voice again. Hold! You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among others, chosen for this liberation rite? Liberation rite. On a blooded moon, at the fall of Solium, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. The anointed champion shall then plunge into the shimmer pool and return in glory.
Ah, I see. Well, that is simple, really, madam. You're chosen, you're qualified, should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case the expression is quite literally true. When the eight created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The eight scribes also formed a special group against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but to show up at the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yes? Well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries.
Victory means nothing in a common right, then. Participation is all that matters.
Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failures can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favour the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'll be back. There's been a heavy price to pay in all this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time.
That's good, because my voice is beginning to give out. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Volfred takes his leave. Others reconnoitre pathways leading up to the mountain and present you with some options. Alright, so as I said, my voice hurts a lot, so I'm just going to choose a pathway here. And yeah, I'm going to take a bonus. The sublime beauty of Mount Oladiel, along with the thin air this high above the sea, has been enough to silence even the most talkative of your companions. However, Chai has been positively bursting with excitement.
Isn't it wonderful? I think it really is, don't you? Roku?
Tizo seems not to share Chai's enthusiasm. He does not like the cold.
You've been here before, Tizo, isn't that so? Why do you ever leave? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay, I think I'd stay. Unless maybe I got too cold or hungry. Wait, is that?
Something about her changes then.
Hey, look, Tizo. Don't you see? Look, don't you see them there? Ricky?
Tizo seems to be exclaiming something in utter disbelief. You yourself see nothing, but she rises almost off her feet as the imp looks on, astonished.
Was that the scribes? It was. I knew it was. They said something to me. They spoke to me. They told us we were welcome. That we're welcome here.
Chai runs off to spread the word among your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious, and in spite of everything, your spirits rise. +2 hope. Nice. Well, like I said earlier, my voice has started to hurt a bit, so I'm going to call it here for tonight. Thanks everyone for coming. I always appreciate the views, the chats, and everything else. So, I will find someone to raid, and I hope to see everyone back on Monday. Well, not see, because everyone in the chat's text on the screen, but you know what I mean. Time is it? 9:15. Yeah, getting a bit late. And Firefox is being slow, of course. Okay, here we go. Who's online? We've got Nick playing XCOM Chimera Squad, or we've got Kira Strings, who doesn't seem to be playing anything at all right now. Oh wait, Kingdom Hearts going in blind. Well, anyone got any preferences? We can either jump in on Kira playing Kingdom Hearts blind, or we can go see Nick playing the new XCOM game. That's the sound of silence, so I shall raid Kira, Nick, Kira, Nick. Yep, Kira needs the views. So, once again, thanks everyone for coming. Hope to see you next time streaming on Monday. And I hope everyone has a lovely weekend. And that's 1, 2, 3, go.
Holy shit. Hi, Bisected. How are you?